Good morning. It is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, and I am going to do a ship with me video. This is my first one that I have done, so I probably won't do any editing and it's going to be a hot mess, but you know, you got to start somewhere. So the last time I shipped it was Monday. I had quite a bit of orders going out. Today I have sales on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and then I do need to ship my Whatnot sales from Monday, where I was live at the bins with my sister. So that was super fun, but there is a lot to ship and get done. So I am going to jump into it. The only issue is that I typically store my items in clear poly bags to ship them in my storage bins like I have behind me. So some of the items you might not be able to see super well, but I'll hopefully be able to figure out how to put a screenshot in to show you the item, and I'll give you a little bit more information about like why I picked it up and how long it took to sell and all that kind of good stuff. So first thing I do is I get to my office, and I always start with Poshmark for some reason. I don't know why. So I log onto my computer, I go into my sales, and then I do bulk shipping or bulk label prints for my Poshmark. So I go to actions, download shipping labels, and then I send it to my email. And right over here is my laptop. So that is why I'm looking over here. And then it sends you all of the labels into your email. And I download them and print them. So 5 Poshmark sales. I did already grab them all out of my bins, just because that isn't fun to watch. So printed my labels. Everything goes Ground Advantage now through Poshmark, which kind of stinks because I loved using the free materials, and I have not yet received my Ground Advantage materials from USPS. So there's that. So when your label prints out, it will give you the buyer information name down here, and I just correlate that to my sales. So, oh shoot, I just showed you the label. See, rookie mistake. I'll have to bzz that out. All right, so cat. Ooh, this is a good sale. Look at this gem. Oh my goodness, is she stunning. This lining is beautiful. Definitely vintage, made in the USA. I don't know if there was a maker on this. I think I just used whatever was on this lining, this Casper. But used all the keywords, mob wife, penny lane coat. This is so beautiful. I just love this so much. So I did list this at an odd time. I think I listed it over summer. I picked it up from the bins. She's pretty heavy, I would guess. I don't know, I guess we'll find out here, but at least probably 5 pounds. Hopefully I don't need to update my label. And now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna ship this bad boy because she's big. So, whoops. Move some of my stuff out of the way. I do have some large clear bags. Just anything bulky like this I always hang. A lot of my outerwear I hang only because it takes up too much room in my storage bins. So that is why. What is the best way to ship this? This is probably a bad item to start on just because I don't even know how I'm gonna do this, but that's what we're doing. We're learning. And probably like what, 2 people will watch this, so no worries. That's why I'm not going to edit it to begin with, because it doesn't seem smart. Alright, so I just get these poly bags from Amazon. This is the larger one that I have. Probably going to take at least a couple of them to fit this bad boy in there. Or sometimes we'll use my shipping bags, but I don't think this one's going to be big enough either. I always like to protect the item if I can, even if it's in a box. I'll obviously ship this in a box, but I want to make sure that it's protected if the box were to get wet, or I don't secure it, or they drop it, or, you know, all the things that can happen en route to the buyer. So, look at me trying to shove this in here. While I do this, I'll tell you more about me. I am a reseller, obviously. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I started on Mercari. I don't sell on Mercari. Depop. I started on Poshmark because the shipping was the easiest, and I was scared of eBay shipping. After a few years, yes, years, I expanded to eBay, and now it's my best performing platform. So, would highly recommend doing that. Definitely worth trying to figure it out. I don't know if I do the eBay shipping the way other people do it, but I usually guesstimate if I forget to weigh it and then just adjust it before I ship it. So that is what I do. Anyways, back to me. I'm a mom. I have 2 boys. They are 3 and 4. That was one of the biggest reasons I got into reselling in the first place. Is my husband and I did have some issues getting pregnant and had to pay for fertility things, which is very expensive. So reselling helped us kind of, or at least me, get some extra money, because I am a nurse. And at that point, I think I was working still in the emergency department, which was super exciting and fun while you're young. But then when I was going through all that fertility stuff, it was a little bit difficult for me emotionally. So I stopped. That was really loud. Sorry about that. There's another one. Okay, so I buy these eBay boxes 16 by 12 by 8 for my larger items. I use my coupon, and I always buy these boxes. So she ain't gonna be perfect, but she'll get there safe, and that's the best I can do. So if this is over 5 pounds, Poshmark makes you update the label, which costs $1 zillion. So we'll see. Sorry, that is just terrible, huh? Yikes. Okay, done with that. And then I just use my little scale. Nothing fancy. Look at how dirty. Oh my gosh, I'm disgusting. And I clear it out. Ooh, 4 pounds, 5 ounces, so I am good there. I take my label and I slap it on. I promise every single sale is not going to be this slow, but this one's a little bit different because of how large the item is. So sheep it in there, put it off to the side, and on to the next. What do we have next? Let's see. So this is a, where did I put it? Victoria's Secret bra. I do pick up bras at the bins. Bins only. I don't pick up at the regular thrift because my thrift wants like $5.99, $6.99 for them. So I don't pick them up there. Just too expensive. This one was new without the tags. You can see it has like the little thing on it. That's the only reason why I picked this one up, because Victoria's Secret isn't a great seller for me for bras. I typically do Lane Bryant's brand, Keke, or however you say it. And then I do Waycole is another good brand. Glamorize. I do a lot of plus size bras, but again, the only reason I picked this one up was because it did have the tag still on it. So this weighs 2 ounces, so it cost me basically nothing, and it sold for only 11 bucks, but that's fine. Bras take 2 seconds to list. put it in a poly bag. Number 2, done. Next. Oh, this one's cute. This is a denim jacket, vintage. So here is the tag. You can tell it's definitely vintage. It was really cute. It's like a bomber style jacket. Very cute. It is a size medium. I put in 90s, Y2K, baggy, faded, because this is more of like a style-based pickup. Obviously, there's no branding on this, and sold based on style. So you got to make sure that you put all those keywords in there. The reason I put everything in these poly bags is just because it's so easy to ship them. So once I find it, put it in the poly bag, seal her up, slap the label on, and it's super fast. So with my life, sometimes I don't have that much time to ship. So I need it to be like ready for me when the time comes to ship it. So that one's done. This is a Maze by Anthropology. It's like a teddy fleece. So soft. So soft. This I got from the bins. It is heavy though. So almost 2 pounds. So at my bins I pay $1.59 a pound. So what is that, $3 for this? I think I had it listed for $39 just because Anthro doesn't sell like it used to. And I sent out an offer for $34, which I accepted, or which they accepted, I should say. And $3. Sold for $34. To me, that is my bread and butter, and I am all good with that. Very cute. That one again, so soft. All right, next is a Lily Pulitzer dress. So this is the print on Lily. I do always try to find the name of the print, and which I sometimes put in the listing depending, and other times I just put it in the description just because I don't know how many people really are searching the print. I know that there's some like diehard Lily people who definitely know their print, but especially this one, I don't feel like the print is what sold the dress necessarily. I don't feel like it's as crazy and vibrant as her typical, and because of that I did list it lower. So it is also a size small, which, you know, and I think I had it listed for $39 and I sent out an offer for $34 and they did accept that. That has been listed, I want to say probably at least 6 months. Surprised it didn't sell over summer, but also got that at the bins. I do shop at the bins and the regular thrift. I'm pretty picky at the regular thrift what I pick up, just because obviously my cost of goods is much higher. And as time goes on, as I've been a reseller, the prices are obviously more and more crazy, and you can't pick up some of the things that I used to. All right, so that was Poshmark. And I shipped Monday, like, I think it was like mid-morning. So over 24 hours of sales here. And now I'm going to do Depop. First thing I sold was this Michael Simon sweater. I picked this up at the regular thrift, but they didn't know what it was, so it was only $4.99. I love the stitching on this. Known for like their wild and crazy prints. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I posted it on there as well. The crazier the prints, the better. Whoopsies. And so this sold, let's see, for $42.46 on Depop. I did have a lot of interest in this. It's, I don't know, maybe been listed a month. A lot of lower offers. Like, I think I had it listed for $49. I got some offers for like $30. I got a $25, and I just kept countering back just because the comps, depending again on the how wild it is and like the novelty prints that Michael Simon has, the range is crazy. It can go anywhere between 20 bucks and like 150 bucks depending on what you have. So this one was a little bit more tame. So that's why I priced it lower. So 49, got an offer for 42. And I did accept that. Very happy with that. This next one is gorgeous. This is vintage, made in Austria. I didn't know the brand or anything. I don't know any vintage brands, but the buttons, how beautiful like the stitching and everything is on this is just stunning. So I grabbed it at the bins, or actually I think my sister grabbed this one. And how heavy is it? Probably again almost 2 pounds, so like a $3 cost of goods. And this sold for $42.50 on Depop. Again, got a lot of interest in this. I think it's only been listed a week. And got a lot of, again, lower offers, 20, 25. But because it's the right season, it's vintage, it's gorgeous, it's wool. So it had a lot of things going for it. I kept my ground on the price, which again I listed at 49. Yeah, about a pound and a half. And got it sold. That was a good sale. All right, and then I go over to my eBay. I don't bulk print on eBay only because, again, sometimes I guesstimate the weight depending on if I remember to weigh it as I'm doing it. So I'm not great at that. I'll be completely honest, and I would not recommend. I would weigh it, take a picture of it, and like have that for you when you're listing. But I'm just being real. I am not a perfect reseller, not even close. So, all right, Fredericks of Hollywood is a good brand to be on the lookout for like vintage corsets and bras and any like lingerie. I don't believe that this one is vintage. No, it's China, and I don't think I put vintage. No, I didn't. So lace-up corset, laces up in the back, and then it has the hook and eye closure in the front. I put keywords like goth, witchy, whimsy goth, sexy, all the things for this one. The only thing to keep in mind with these is that the binding you can't bend, so sometimes it makes it a little bit more tricky to store and to ship. I have sold this one other time, and it was returned for fit. So hopefully this time it is better. But I do accept returns on eBay. I did sell on eBay again, so put it in my poly bag. I'll have a box to fit this. And I don't think it weighs very much. All right, so about 8 ounces. That's what I had in there. Get my label printed. I'm also not fancy. My office isn't fancy. I have fluorescent lights that like hum and buzz. So if you hear that when it's quiet, I'm sorry. I did some chat GPTing before I got on here to see if there's anything I could do, but all the rules about music, which is what I always have on in here, are pretty strict. So I'm not gonna get busted on that like right out the gate here. So that's where I am with that. Lafayette 148 was a Bolo brand when I first started reselling. Still really great. It just kind of depends on your piece. So this I listed over summer, which was not the right season. So I kind of expected it to sit until now. It is a vest. I'll show a picture of it. It's kind of long line. It has it's like two-tone. The top is like more of a knit material, like a ponte knit, and then the bottom is a faux leather. It is a size small. I picked it up at a regular Goodwill for $6.99, I believe, and sold for $45 plus shipping. So I am good with those numbers. I would pick it up again. I list things kind of all year round, but like some of the other resellers I'm sure you watch, I do try to stick to what season it is. Like if for some reason I ran out of inventory, which is not going to happen, to list, my death pile is always just fine. Then I would list, you know, swimsuits. I think I just listed a swimsuit yesterday, actually. So, but I do try to stick within the season. So if I find some, you know, awesome sweaters, I'm going to list them now because it's wintertime. I guess not winter yet. It's still fall. But I have sold a lot of sweaters lately. Alright. Poly mailer. And she gone. And then... what did I do with this? Here it is. So this is just a little leather, genuine leather wallet. It had like a... Where is it? I guess I'll have to show you in the pictures, but it has like a stamp here, which I thought like upgraded it. It is vintage. It's cowhide leather. I just thought it was a good style. Found at the bins. Weighs 4 ounces. And sold for $13, which again, we're not making millions off of that, but to me that's a good flip. 4 ounces, weighed barely anything, and into $13, and it took, you know, how long did I take to list this? A couple of pictures. I do front, back, I do show the inside, and I just throw it up there. So that's a lot. I do think about my listings a lot, and spend probably far too much time doing my listings, but that's a me problem. Okay, so and I just have it in a poly mailer, printing out that label. Oh my goodness, it's a Wisconsinite, just like me. Not going far. And that one's done. And then finally I have some Justin cowboy boots. These are really nice. Got them at the bins. I always try to show the wear on the heel, so if there is any like if it's heel drag, that's what I'm trying to look for. If there's any of that, I make sure, or if there's any like chips, or sometimes the boots as they get older will kind of like crack from here, so you always want to like bend them, make sure that they're still solid. And then again, the brand is Justin, which is a good cowboy boot brand. These are a men's size 10. Got them at the bins. 3 pounds times $1.50 is what? $4.50, $5 into they sold for $50, and it looks like this sold via international shipping, which I personally love, because then if they decide to return, it's an eBay problem, not a me problem. So I love that. I do even protect my boots with these big bags. I'm sure I'll get hate on here that I'm wasting plastic and I use too much and whatever else. It's just what I've done since I became a reseller. I don't think I've had any issues with shipping or complaints via shipping. So I'm going to keep doing it. And that's that. I can't wait for the trolls. All right, and then I need a bike box. Again, these eBay boxes. Probably spare you of that horrible tape sound pin. So I'll just, I do put a little bit of padding. Like I'm a fancy person. I do put some paper and padding into the box that I just collect from all my Amazon purchases. My mom kind of collects them for me. If I buy anything, obviously I keep it from that. And that is my shipping for 24 hours. This is my Whatnot shipping, which will take me probably an hour. Just started up on Whatnot. My sister and I are doing it. And I mean, I can't say I love it only because I'm not like super, hey, what's up? Like super bubbly. I'm pretty much like, hey, this is a cool item. I love this. You know, buy it from me. I also have trouble because I know how much I can get for most items on eBay or Poshmark or wherever. So that I struggle with because I know I can make so much more. But my sister keeps telling me it's the long haul game. It is something that I think a lot of people find success with. I love selling on eBay and Poshmark and newly Depop, just because, again, the fees on Depop is like nothing, so that's great. But I don't think I'll ever give up that because I like the flips of, you know, $4 to $50. I love that. And I don't know that I'll ever get that on Whatnot. Even some of the best sellers still sell things for $10. So, but again, it's the quantity. I am getting better at the shipping. It's still not great, but working on that. And yeah, that's my first ship with me video. 26 minutes long. And I don't know how many dollars it was. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to post it and hope for the best. Maybe 2 people watch it. If you watch it, put a comment, like, and subscribe. I think I'm supposed to say that too. And we'll see what happens with this YouTube. I mean, I've tried before. I tried to do a video and never posted it. And the consistency thing is hard for me. But, I mean, I had to do all this work anyway, so I figured why not videotape it. It's sunny. The sun's shining through my window here, and it was just easy. So, again, I'm not an editor, so I don't know how that's going to go. But I do feel like I have great brand knowledge, and I'm always learning though. I'm happy to share new knowledge and new brands with you, or when I mess up and buy something that I shouldn't have. I don't feel like any of these were super big flops. I probably would pick them all up all over again. No issues there. Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions about me and my business, let me know. I have the same handle on everything, so Side Hustle Thrift is my handle on all my platforms. On Instagram, I'm going to start trying to be a little bit more active on there, on Whatnot at Side Hustle Thrift. So as my name states, this is my side hustle still. I still am a nurse, but this is my main gig that allows me to stay home with my kids more. So I have one in preschool a couple days a week for just a few hours, and then the other one is in 4K, which is also half days. So it allows me to have time in the morning to get my shipping done and get a little bit of work done, but still be there to transport them back and forth and just be with them. So I know they're only little once, and I have to, be there for them. So we tried really hard for those babies. All right, I'll stop rambling. And I always look like a mess. Okay, bye.